First, let me get this straight. There's about 90% chance that Devil Jin will make it into the roster, and I'm covering all the details on why that is in this video. This is already my third video about Devil Jin in the world of Tekken 8. Well, fourth if you count the short. But this will provide all hints and thoughts on Tekken 8's Devil Jin, if there will be one. Now you might also be thinking about the leaks. I will cover that as well later, also with a pre-warning for those who choose not to see that, so don't worry about it. We're covering everything from the aspects of story, gameplay, community, and optionally down to the leaks, as well as some few predictions. But I'm probably live right now? I'm not sure, but you might want to check that out if you have time. I don't know, thanks. Starting off with the story. I have broken down every released bit of the story mode from all trailers, and so far, our biggest hint is within the first few seconds of the very first story trailer. You may have seen the latest story teaser from the Tokyo Game Show. If not, then go watch it. After that part, it then proceeds to Jin smashing Kazuya floor after floor, and somewhere after it, Jin loses. And so we're met with a scene with Jin falling down through the ocean saying, and a shadowy figure with wings comes down to help him as he gasps, reaching out a hand. Now pause. Remember the biggest hint? It's this hand right here. Being shown that figure, you might have first thought of Devil Kazuya, which wouldn't make any sense. But take a look at the glove. I already made this point in a previous video, but basically this is one-to-one with Jin's glove. So, he has the same gloves as Jin, and has wings. Well, it's our guy, Devil Jin. Which is also confusing considering they shouldn't be separated. So, what does it mean? I was initially thinking that maybe this is the part where Jin starts to control his powers, because it wouldn't make sense for him to suddenly control it without showing the progress. But then I remembered Tekken 7's ending, with Jin fully controlling the Devil Gene. Also, the fight before this, we could clearly see Jin controlling it, so I guess that's out. First theory, the most probable one, simply this is rather an illusion or talk with himself. It will turn out that his use of the Devil Gene is incomplete and it still lacks mastery, judging from what Kazuya said. And here he meets his alter ego, and he will go through a process of awakening throughout the story, accepting his Devil Gene instead of controlling it, or some cliche anime shit like that. So we might be seeing some true Devil Jin here or something similar. Second theory, not as likely to happen, but it would be interesting. Devil Jin gets entirely separated from Jin for some reason and then helps him? Maybe they fuse in the last part? Or maybe that will teach him to not rely on his devil powers to be stronger? I don't really know, but that scene showing the both of them separated from each other gave me that idea as a possibility. Third one is mostly just for a laughs, but could happen as well. We'll get an angel Jin instead of a devil one with Jun being in the game. I don't know, it doesn't really fit and makes any sense, but I want to say, oh my god, I knew it when that somehow happens. I feel like I don't need to say this, but after seeing the shit on Twitter of Devil Jin being a waste of roster slot because it's a Jin clone, it's just fucking ridiculous. I mean, look at this guy. His name is Jin Kazama. Of all names saying this. I mean, I don't have a problem with casuals. I'm a casual at many other games, but this is just funny to me. And I'll be swimming on those tears when Devil Jin finally comes out, baby. And I'm also gonna be biting on it when he doesn't come out. But it turns out that Jin and Devil Jin are very different. Wait, you're telling me that two characters that are alter egos but have been separate characters for 3 games already for the past 19 years are actually different? Yo, that's fucking crazy, bro. Holy shit, who could have known that? I mean, they're technically right with the Jin clone, I'll give them that, because Devil Jin garners Tekken 3 Jin style, which is more of a Mishima Ryu, while the current Jin is traditional karate. Okay, those are actual fighting styles, but even in game, they are different. Kazuya is more closer to Devil Jin than Jin is to Devil Jin. Just watch any Jin vs Devil Jin battle, it will answer that by itself. Even though their styles are different, I will acknowledge that they have similar moves, although the only significant ones I think are Demon Paw and Kankan. Well, we're talking about Tekken 8, and a lot of people are saying, "But Jin already has devil moves, man." Well, lore-wise, yes, but gameplay-wise? I don't think so. He has down 2 now, which is a much better down back 2 and more similar to Dragunov's down 2 than Devil Jin. He has down forward 2 into CD that I thought was similar to Devil Jin's while standing 2, but no. That's just the animation. In terms of the essence of the move, it's not even similar in any way. He's got the Power Crush down 1, which is actually from Devil Jin. can argue with that. And his Zen 4 is Devil Jin's Fly Tree, but it isn't used the same way as because Fly Tree acts as the mid mix-up to Devil Jin's Fly, rather than another option to the hundreds that Zen has. Other than that, every other devil move are just sections of Devil Jin's larger strings that isn't that significant at all, and all just for lore purposes. I've kinda covered every move in detail in this previous video, so you might wanna watch it. As a Devil Jin main, Jin has almost none of his core moves such as Mishima Hell Sweep, Electric, Flash Punch, and much more. Now, you might claim that,
"Oh, but he has powered stun slow that uses Devil Jin moves, man."
well, yeah, you're right, but an Electric Wind God Fist or an Unseeable Hell Sweep after doing a specific stance is not the same as an Electric or Hell Sweep that can happen at any time. Not to mention that stance is only available on heat. I feel like that point should be enough. In short, they have very different styles and essential moves that he is in a right to be an entirely separate character, and the reason of Jin and Devil Jin being fused now is not a good enough reason, gameplay wise, to exclude him. Although I did thought of Angel being in instead of Devil Jin would be a much better choice for everybody, but I feel like Angel doesn't fit in the current story. But the way that the Tekken 8 story is progressing, with Jin having somewhat control of his Devil Jin and reworked a bit on his moves, I'm guessing we will be seeing a bit different Devil Jin, maybe getting a rework the same way Jin did? Who knows, but there is potential for change. Devil Jin being Mishima and an Echo Fighter to Tekken 3's Jin, he is by definition a legacy character, and I guess a lot of people like that, so that could help him with getting in, since mostly legacy characters make it in. Correct me if I'm wrong though. Again, apparently a lot of casuals don't like him, and I don't have a problem with casuals, but leaving him as a Jin clone and a waste to the roster slot, you know, you might want to do some research at least, right? But casuals not liking him does lessen the chance of him getting in, until I remember that Harada doesn't say shit from nobody.
Don't ask me for
Although he does love casuals, so that's a bit scary. Devil Jin was consistently high tier since Tekken 5 and even triple S tier in Tekken 7 all the way until Season 4. Season 5 on the other hand, let's not talk about that. But basically, he got nerfed to the ground so much that me himself considered him one of the bottom 5. With that being said, the nerfs was commonly speculated as a conditioning for his removal in the later Tekken games. In the case that he does get in, his potential changes after the nerfs for Tekken 8 is interesting. If he is truly in the game, then he will most likely be the final reveal to the roster, as he is the one that most people do not expect to make it in. Since they already thought that Jin is now fused with him, it would be the biggest surprise for them to know that he will make it into the roster. So the more he doesn't get revealed in the upcoming trailers, the more his chances go higher and lower at the same time. Business-wise, it would be the best choice. Warning, I am getting into some leaked information discussion. If you don't want to be spoiled, click past this chapter or go to the timestamp shown. You have been warned. Alright, I've seen the leaks. And okay, maybe Devil Jin is in the base roster, but I do want to point out that the official names of each the character here are not yet revealed, as far as I know, and most names are just based on their appearance. This character that is thought to be Devil Jin do bear very striking similarities with Jin, but this could very well be an entirely different character, which isn't likely, but not impossible either. The supporting factors of this being possibly not Devil Jin is the lack of certain features. Such features are horns, long bangs that he always had is the difference from Jin, devil marks, and maybe also the laser gem, although it might also be because of the quality since there's a hint of something there. Now on the contrary, him being strikingly similar to Jin, pale, posed like Devil Jin would have posed, and on the square of the Mishima Kazama family makes it very likely to be Devil Jin. I wonder if the absence of features is somehow connected to the true Devil Jin thing, or being more and more closer to Jin's resemblance by each installment. Either way, always take leaks with a grain of salt, but come on, let's be honest, that's definitely Devil Jin. With all that being said, I think Devil Jin will be very likely to make it into Tekken 8. Similar to Jin, his Demon Paw might become a heat engager as well as some other moves like these, basing off of Kazuya and Jin's movesets. The change to the juggle system with the new combo extension of Flip Bound might render some moves of his to be changed. This is a Tekken 8 Devil Jin moveset prototype that I've been working on. I might upload something about it, who knows, but you'll know when you hit the subscribe button right now, haha. Okay, thanks. I don't know if Upward 4 will be back, but please, Bamco, please buff it. Please give him my Season 4 baby back, please. And as all the other characters in Tekken 8 currently, his Hell Sweep might become a bound launcher, the same way all the other neutral low launchers in the game are. Aside from that, I'm really curious as to how they're going to shape him up because of how much change he's potentially be going into. All in all, Devil Jin might become a big part in the story and also might as well been confirmed lore-wise. His gameplay is very different from Jin. Okay, Mr. and Miss Jin clones, so making them as one would be nonsensical. And I will say it here first, he will be revealed as the last one for the roster, and he will be revealed. I put all of my heart and copium into this statement. If I'm wrong, then mark my words. I won't be touching Tekken 8. For one day only.